Nintendo presents developed by Retro Studios, Metroid Prime Trilogy. Hello there, everyone. This is Quiversee, and welcome to the Metroid Prime Trilogy. I definitely intend to be going through all three games in this trilogy at some point, but for now we're just going through the first one, the original Metroid Prime, which is actually the first Metroid game I have ever played. Technically it's the second one that I ever played all the way through to the end, but I'll get to that in the future as well. Regardless, I've talked about in the past how much I love Metroidvania-style games, and I've never actually played any of the games that are a part of its namesake on the channel before, so I figured let's change that now. So, I actually have two files here right now, and the reason for that is because of something about the game that I had forgotten about when I came to boot this up for playing it today. For context sakes, it has been years since I have played this game. This is my original file right here. And you'll notice that there's three different lines there, and the top one there says Hyper Mode. I had forgotten at the time that there was a new third difficulty option in the game. But here's the problem. In order to unlock it, you need to beat the game. So clearly, when I played through the game the first time, I beat it, and then started a new file on Hyper Mode, played it for like 5 minutes, and then never touched it again. I want to play this on Hyper Mode, but I want to start at the beginning for the sake of the LP. Which means I would need to start back from the very start, and by doing that erase the file, which resets the completion and means I would have to play through it again from the beginning. Enter this. So basically, here's how this is going to work. For today's episode, we're going to be playing Metroid Prime on Veteran, which is the middle difficulty, as you could probably tell. At the beginning, it's just normal and Veteran. And when you beat the game, you get Hyper Mode. Today, we're going to play on Veteran. And after that, for every other part, we're going to be on that first file in Hyper Mode. Make sense? I hope so. Either way, let's get started. Unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Tallon IV. Seems some debris of some kind is falling to the planet's surface. The planet that is Tallon IV. And as mentioned before, in orbit above it, the source of our distress beacon. Some sort of vessel. Its purpose is as of yet unclear. But that is what we are here to investigate. And there she is in all her glory. Samus Aran, sporting the fusion suit, which I completely forgot about. I know that that's something that you unlock and activate. I don't remember how. I will look into that and get back on that. But I like it anyway. The fusion suit's cool. And then we become first-person view, Samus. So yes, because I'm doing the Prime version, the trilogy version of Prime, this uses motion controls, which I think is the best way to experience this game, although I do need to kind of adjust. The last game I played that had motion controls with the Wii sensor bar was Pikmin, and this is going to require a whole lot more precision. Anyways, Yeah, you can press and hold Z to lock on to targets. Whenever you see that little reticle pop over it, boom, you can lock on, and then A to shoot. Shoot these 4 targets here, and we're given our first passage. But that is not all we can do. If I hold, I believe it is minus, yes, we get ourselves a selection menu. Staying in the center keeps us on our normal visor. But if we go up to this, we get what's known as the scan visor. And you can see that you can actually scan objects as well. If you press Z with that, this switch does not appear to be operational. You can get various bits of information about the world. So if you see an icon that looks like this like orange block with like a weird spiky circle in it, that's basically your clue that there's something to scan there. And when it turns out all faded like that, that means you've already scanned it. Yeah, here's a better example of one that hasn't been scanned yet. And even though we didn't scan all of these, if we scan it again, the switch does not appear operational. It's the same as the other one. So basically, that way you don't waste your time scanning stuff you don't need to scan like I just did. There's one up there too. And you'll notice that the first time we scan it, it has a little loading bar. The force field blocks the entrance. You cannot deactivate the force field unless the switches are red. But then whenever you try to subsequently scan it again, it's instant. Which is pretty cool because that means that, you know, the information is downloaded to your databanks. You don't need to download it anymore for the scan or whatever. You're just grabbing the info that's already there. It's a nice touch. Anyways, it's not conducive for looking around, per se, so let's look around a little bit more. There appear to be some other force fields that prevent us from jumping off into the depths of space, which is probably for the best. And over here, this is something else to keep an eye out for. Whenever you see these spinning blue circle things, that's a tip that you probably should equip your scan visor. And when you see the red scan icon and you scan it, force field activation switches are now online. Yes, the scanning switch is for more than just providing information, it's also useful for activating certain switches. And now this over here says the force field blocks the entrance, something nearby must be able to deactivate it. And if we scan these switches, this switch is directly connected to the force field barrier. So yeah, if you're ever stuck at any point when trying to solve a puzzle, try scanning. You never know what might be in the environment to give you a little bit of a tip. It's not usually as blatant as shoot button to open door, but again, you never know. There's other uses to the scan visor as well, but we'll have to worry about those a little bit later. For now, let's just progress. Got ourselves our first instance of a door. Press A, use beam to open doors. One shot, doors will open when you approach them. That is true. We shoot the door and it opens up immediately. We back away, it closes, and once that blue beam barrier, I can't talk. Once that blue outline appears on the door again, that just means you gotta shoot it again. Walk through and you're good to go. I forgot about this. Yeah, certain things in the environment will also mess with your visor in neat little ways. It's pretty cool. You know, that steam jet there kind of causes a bit of fog. Is this something I can scan? Some of them, yeah. What's this say? Deck Beta, Biohazard Research, current status, environment normal. And over here, Deck Alpha, emergency evacuation area, current status, environment unstable. So this is basically a map of this place, I would assume. And I think it's safe to say that Deck Alpha is where we just were. Oh yeah, we can also scan the door. Entrance to exterior docking hangar. Don't worry, I'm not gonna scan literally every object in the world, but I am gonna be scanning a lot of them. So just prepare for that. But yeah, like all the individual doors, I'm probably not gonna bother scanning. Although it's good to know this is the airlock. Oh, I spy a scan thing. Oh wait, before I scan that, another door type over here. This one is unpowered. Yeah, door cannot be opened until room is repressurized. Does it actually say anything about that? Door cannot be opened until airlock is repressurized. Yes. So that's what this is gonna do. This is gonna repressurize the room, the airlock. Give it a minute, and door power's on. Gravity has been restored as well. And we now have access to a hallway. This place has seen better days. Oh, enemies? Where was that enemy? Hold on. Well, let's scan while I figure this out. Morphology, space pirate. Status, death caused by severing of the spinal cord. Yep, you can also scan living or previously living entities. This thing here was a space pirate, and we are told how it died. Now, what about this thing? Morphology unknown. Info, high levels of radiation detected. Gotta be careful around that radiation. We can scan its mouth, too. Analysis shows incredibly large muscle structures surrounding the jaw area. So whatever it was, it had a strong bite. What are these boxes? Biohazardous material, Phazon, batch 0009.A. Destination, Deck Beta. And more of that stuff. Yeah, so they are shipping a material known as Phazon. And whatever it is a biohazard risk. So you gotta be careful with it. This platform does not look like it can be reactivated from this room, okay? What about these? What are these? Escape pod entrance. The vessel has already been jettisoned. Well, looks like some people made it out okay. Hello. Here we go. New creatures entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Morphology, parasite, interstellar vermin, travel in swarms. Indigenous to Tallon IV, a single parasite is harmless to larger life forms. However, they tend to travel in large groups, swarming over potential prey. Such swarms can be dangerous. And over here, another space pirate. This one, death caused by acidic burns to the body, chemical type unknown. Some kind of burns, and that's a door. Wait, what did that say? Umbilical hall? I don't like that phrase. But yes, we actually do get access to a logbook, which I don't remember the way to actually access it, but I'll worry about that later. But yeah, anytime you scan an enemy of some sort, it gets added there, and we can look at their data. Oh, hello. Sir! This is a place of work. Space pirate, status, weak life signs detected. Imprints of large bite marks can be seen on the exoskeleton. You are literally dying, and your top priority is to shoot... Well, I guess Samus does hunt space pirates down. Okay, put him out of his misery. He dead. So that purple thing I just picked up was a health recharge. Up at the top here, you can see my energy meter. 99 hit points, with no extra bars beyond that. And it wasn't full a moment ago, but now it is. Oh! I also just now realized this thing right here. See this exclamation mark that going up and down? That is a hazard detector. As I get closer to this fire, it goes up. And if I get too close... Warning! 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 Damage. Don't walk into the fire. So yeah, that's something that's good to keep your eye on if you're like strafing around and you can't see the fire coming up behind you. Keep an eye to your left, and if you see that thing glowing and going up, you'd probably better start moving in another direction. Don't think I didn't see these terminals over here. Escape pod 3, 4, and 7 have launched. What about this one? Escape pod launch coordinates, Tallon IV, the Research Command Center. Okay. So those escape pods jettisoned to the planet below, meaning that there's probably some living space pirates down there. Use your charge beam to destroy the rubble. Yes, so in addition to just the blasty blast we've had before, we've also got access to the charge beam. Press and hold A, charge it up, and boom. Release it to deal a much more powerful shot that can also break rubble, apparently. Don't get used to that. I'm pretty sure that that's a pretty infrequent use of it. Those little parasites just showed us a little passage, but what's this? We can't go there. We're too tall. But if I'm not mistaken... Yes! If you press the C button, Morph Ball! You can roll around and go through tight spaces, as you do. And this right here should be a map station. A new research entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Yes, in addition to data entries for enemies, various interactables and bits of lore will also get added to the logs. Map station. Walk into the map station holograms to download a map of the area you're in. Sounds simple enough. Let's plug into the mainframe. You've downloaded the map for this area. Press 1 to access the map, and when you're finished, press 1 again. And I freaking love this map. The map of this game is the right way to do a 3D map. You can full control Full rotational control. You can move it around. It's very obvious when you've been in a room and when you haven't. It's so good. There's also the various door indicators. So a green door basically means it's a door you have shot and gone through. So, and you're not going to see it on the room that you're highlighted in. When you're highlighted on the room, it'll show you what type of door it is. In this case, blue door is any beam weapon will break it open. There's obviously other indicators. There's the elevator, missile recharge save stations, various things. Hint, I think, appears if there's like an objective you need to go to and the game's telling you about it. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, we can see there's a decent chunk to this place. So let's say we continue exploring. Also, there's more terminals over here. Can I scan them? I can. 2 Parasite Queen specimens have become volatile on Deck Beta. All security personnel should report to the biotech research area. Parasite Queen. Parasitic infestation has been detected in the ventilation systems of Decks Gamma and Beta. Yeah, we've seen a little bit of that. Frigate exterior hull stable and fully functional. Okay, so it's not going to get destroyed anytime soon. Tallon IV, ground zero area secure. Crater radiation readings are normal. A radiation site. Ground zero. That ain't good. Whoop, getting there. There we go. In the hole. And then press C again to undo. I think we're getting close to where where the file would be before, because there's no way that it's anything but the first save station. This platform does not seem to be functional. There must be something nearby that will turn it on, such as this. Access to Deck Beta approved. Please step into the hologram. Yep, we have just activated an elevator, and elevators are activated by hologram. Platform active. Step in, and down we go. And I think if... Oh, I know, the game pauses when I have the map open. Wanted to see if it would actually show the elevator in motion on the map. But it doesn't, for good reason. Oh! Okay, we got ourselves an electrical hazard there. Gotta get ourselves through this rubble with some decent timing. Kabloom! Well, well, well. What have we here? Morphology unknown. Low life signs detected. This creature appears to be in a state of stasis hibernation. Looks to be. Ooh, hello. Morphology space pirates. Status severe internal damage detected. And it's throwing space pirates at us, but they are all hurt. Let's give him a taste of the charge beam. Yeah! Whoop! And as you just saw there, the charge beam can actually attract pickups. It's got a vacuum effect, which is really cool. Alright, what's this say? Specimen Cell 8. Status unknown. Rejection of phazon compound detected. Okay, so they were experimenting with this phazon on various creatures. Specimen Cell A. Status hibernation. Transference of phazon batch 0081.0 complete. Presumably this is Cell A, since you can see there's a bunch of broken cells across the rest of the room. Which means whatever this thing is, it's been infused with phazon. Which is probably not good. Specimen Cell C, status unknown. Rejection of phazon compound detected. Okay, yeah, because it was destroyed. All of those were destroyed. And I see more stuff over here. Parasite egg and pupa stage. Its tough exoskeleton protects it from its mother's acidic embryonic fluid. That sounds dangerous. The fluid sacs in the mouth enlarge after mutation. This allows for increased production of corrosive bile. After mutation, the carapace of the larva becomes rigid. The carapace is quite resilient, able to resist the attacks of many predators. Combat mutation applications are complete. Primary legs of this creature possess galvanized tips, allowing it to penetrate any known alloy. So, that seems to be the nature of their research, in fact. They are using this phazon stuff to mutate parasites into some kind of weapons. On this ventilation can't look unstable. Is that so? Can I shoot it? No. Yeah, that's one reason I really do like to also just... Oh, right, I forgot about that. Hold that thought. If I aim at this and push down... Missile! that doesn't seem to be doing anything. But that's okay. Anyways, yeah, you can see over here there's an ammo counter. I have 13 out of 15 maximum missiles, which ain't much. But, yeah, stuff like that are why I really do like to scan the vast majority of stuff. Well, this is supposed to be on specimen block F. Okay, that one wasn't too exciting, but, like, the stories about that, what's going on in the world. It's interesting. Hold that thought again. Okay, a new creature's entry has been data. Auto defense turret. That sure is a creature. Use missiles to break the outer casing. Yeah, this thing needs to be fought via missile. There we go. But yeah. Get my thoughts back together. I think it was way back when I played Bloodborne, I had mentioned how certain ways of distributing lore through, like, the items and stuff like that in games like Dark Souls was weird, and I didn't like it when it did that. The funny thing is, Metroid Prime kind of does the same thing. All of its lore is entirely done through the scan visor. Nothing is explicitly told you unless you go out of your way and look for it. But I think because it's integrated in part of the world and part of the actual gameplay itself, I think that's what makes it really work for me. I really like it. Anyways, phase on infusion stage 1, parasite larva diagnostic. Mass is 1.2 something, length is 0.5 something. Cell structure is sable. Okay, well that thing seems to be doing okay. New pirate data entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Yeah, so that one was red, and even though it doesn't activate anything, it does give us data. So again, if you see a red thing to scan, you probably want to scan it. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Log 09.992.3. Zebes has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates Orpheon, Syriacus, and Volperigom were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have a 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy, but on restricted feeding schedules due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Code Blue. No signs of pursuit from the hunter. See what I mean? Right there. That's what I mean right there. That's what I love to see. So that tells us that we are on what would it be assumed frigate Orpheon, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, here we go. Larva status stable. There we go. Now I can scan this thing. Morphology unknown. Horribly mutated. No life readings. Mutated and dead. Phase on fusion stage 4, larva diagnostic. Oh, these are like following the progression of the mutation of this one creature. Cell structure failing by stage 4. Cell structure failing, batch 0732.c does not match DNA, terminating infusion sequence. So they didn't make it to phase 5. By phase 4, it was just too low. Specimen solitary holding 1. Phase on level unknown. Status, xenotropic life form unstable, use caution. Something that's in there wants out. Okay, we got a plasmite, a native creature of Tallon IV. And we've got a parasite larva. Harmless unless encountered in large numbers. That's a biggin. And we got... Oh, that's another plasmite. Okay. Anything else to scan in here? Fusion analysis. Specimens exhibit incredible strength and body mass increase when exposed to this particular phazon batch. The one that killed the thing inside the big tube. Phazon batch 003.H increases the acid production of the saliva ducts of parasite larvae. So different batches of phazon seem to provide different properties of mutation. Bioform pain tolerance levels at 13% and holding. How can you judge how much pain it can take? Biohazard waste removal may begin in 3 hours. Phazon radiation readings must be reported to deck commander before batch disposal. Yeah, that would be important. Okay, can I do something about you? Can I let you out? Looks like no. Okay, you have fun in there. I'ma just scan. Elevator is operational. We should be getting to our first save station soon. Oh, hello there, pirate. You're dead now. Let's heal up, because I did get hurt earlier. So Level 2, phase on level toxic. Status hermetic seal holding. Good. War Wasp, another native of Tallon IV. A pirate! Native of being right in my face! Okay. Whew. I should probably scan another pirate, because I think that they're going to be at different levels of damage. Mutagen tank with a Phazon batch. So that's what these are. These are all mutagen tanks with various Phazon batches. Normal and hermetic sealed. This one, toxic and sealed. Another new creature, the plated parasite larva. So it's like the parasite lava, but armored. And the shriek bat. Oh, geez. I remember shriek bats. I don't like shriek bats. Ooh, what are you? Ice shriek bats. Like shriek bats, but worse. Holding 5 is empty. And, yeah, you know, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, mister? Acid burns have weakened the joints of the exoskeleton. You poor thing. Well, at least you won't be hurting anymore. Sometimes it takes a minute for the doors to open when the game needs to load. Lousy stinking turret. Alright, let's open that door. Access to deck Gamma. I am genuinely surprised that we aren't at the save station yet. I didn't pass it, did I? Oop. Oh my lord, I think it's literally the next room. Shows what I get for being a little on the impatient side, huh? But this device not seen. Not the thing. The. Behold. Severely slash admin. Behold, the one slight issue that sometimes happens with this scan visor. When you want to scan a thing, and the visor locks onto everything but the thing you want to scan. Thank you. Space Pirate, minimal injuries. Use caution, maximum firepower recommended. You don't say. Yeah, I had a feeling that this one made an entrance. He's that was basically full-blown pirate with maybe a little less health. Ugh. Door is sealed, is not receiving power. Let's fix that with a scan. Door lock enabled, please insert metallic sphere to open the door. I have to wonder why. The reason I ask why is because this place was built by space pirates. Space pirates, who, as we've seen in the logs, have a certain animosity for a certain hunter, aka Samus. Here we are. But why would they, pirates who know about Samus and know she can turn into a ball, a metallic sphere, create a lock that is opened by putting a metallic sphere in it? It's kind of dumb. New research entry has been downloaded. This is a save station. Step into these to save the game and fully recharge your energy. Yes, please. We are going to save. And next time on Metroid Prime, we're going to pick back up here from the other file in hyper mode, which means it's going to be harder. Granted, that's not a very high bar yet, but I'm excited and nervous. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.